So recently, online, Christopher Nolan, the director of Tenet, tried his best to explain what the heck the film was about and how time moved within the film. And just tell me if I'm tripping. I am still confused, but maybe it's just me.
I'm thinking about Tenet is, for me, it's harder to talk about than it is to just watch it and understand it.
To feel.
Hi, I'm Christopher Nolan here discussing the...
Shout out to guys with movie
Tenet.
cameras.
I'm going to try to break down some of the mechanics in the film Tenet. Tenet's not a film about time travel in the conventional sense. It's a film about the direction of time, and that's defined by a thing called entropy. All laws of physics are symmetrical. They're all identical, whichever direction time is running in.
All right, man.
Other than entropy. And there's debate in the world of physics as to whether that defines the direction of time or whether it just shows the direction of time. You know, whether it's a cause of it or whether it's a product. Tenet takes on this idea as entropy is the cause. What's happening in Tenet is rather than just moving backwards and forwards in time, machines have been developed that can change the direction of time for an object or a person. So you're mixing the two directions of time within the same scene, within the same frame. You don't have to view cause and effect as defined by one coming before the other. There's nothing in the laws of physics that suggests you couldn't look at time in a different direction. So the scene where the protagonist holds his hand over the inverted bullet and it jumps up to his hand, you made it happen. Whether or not you drop the bullet, whether or not the bullet flies up to your hand, it has to be your hand, it has to be your will that's making it happen. If the popcorn kernel itself...
All right, pause right there. See, that's why it loses me, right? In the beginning, it sounded like physics, it sounded like science, it sounded like probabilities matter, something physical. The will, he's saying the popcorn came up because of the will itself, just like the popcorn in the background, right? I don't get that concept because you're saying will, but how do you measure the will in an individual? And then I try to look up their entropy, and lo and behold, it makes everything more confusing. Entropy is the measure of a system's thermal energy per unit temperature that is unavailable for doing useful work. Now that's just a scientific term when it comes to entropy. But the more broadened term is entropy is a scientific concept that most commonly associated with the state of disorder. Randomness is uncertainty. So the amount of entropy in the film is the amount of chaos. The more you don't know what the heck is happening, the more it makes sense that the protagonist, which was John David Washington, was in control, I think. Also, which is very interesting, is that Christopher Nolan would like to make a horror film, but he's looking for a really exceptional idea. This just let me know he's looking for some concept of physics or entropy, something that is very minute in the world of physics or in the world where people are not really interested in. He's going to bring it to the general audience. That's typically what he's doing. He read a random book about Oppenheimer and found it very fascinating and used that story to create the film Oppenheimer, which won a couple awards and is highly respected in the film industry. But only time to tell when or how that horror film be displayed. I do like Christopher Nolan when he's in his scientific bag. But if he's, I think he can do something like the science of ghosts or paranormal activities, something where you blend science and horror. I think he'll like really shine on that. But let me know what you think. Moving on, we have a nice little...
No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!